Welcome to practice. Today we're focusing on embracing challenge. And so what this is going to mean for us is we're going to take on a series of postures and we're going to look at how we are when things get stringent in life. We're going to kind of revamp our toolkit for how we approach these times in our life so that when we get off the yoga mat, we have new habits in place. So no props for us today, just an open mind and a willingness to investigate. When you're ready, let's get started on all fours. Right out of the gate. We'll take our wrists down underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips. And the first thing is when we even think about challenge, and maybe let's start moving here while we go over this kind of opening. So move, you can take the hips in some circles, you can do cat-cows, really just kind of make it your own. But sometimes I think when we think about challenge, we kind of immediately start anticipating and kind of prematurely freaking out instead of staying level and staying happy. Like why does challenge have to bring us out of a place of happiness? And so here's the time to really cultivate that as our baseline for the rest of our practice. So we want to be breathing deep. We want our face to reflect kind of this nonchalantness, this ease and happiness and peace. We don't want to let our happiness be contingent on anything happening a certain way. So therefore, we're not trying to achieve or accomplish anything. We're really just here to experiment. Let's meet in tabletop position. Before we go back to down dog, we'll do it together. Press out through the fingers more than the wrists, soften the eyes, and then lift the knees to hover the knees off the floor. And then back to downward facing dog. Easy peasy. And of course, you can always pedal out through the feet here. Don't have to be still. So when we go into challenge, we want to, there may be stories that are invented in our minds, and that's okay because we're not in control of that. So we don't mind them. We just let the stories play out, but we don't necessarily believe in them. We don't take them seriously. And instead we pay attention to our real-time experience. So the sensations, the bodily sensations we experience, and we want to offer our sensations to the open space in which they appear. And so contemplate on that for a moment. What is the space in which my sensations appear? And is that space in which sensations appear, is that space ever challenged itself? So let's keep the left heel grounded here. Let's keep the body nice and even as we inhale, lift the right leg all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, squeeze the knee forward into the chest. Inhale, stretch back and up, one-legged down dog. Exhale, bring the knee forward to the chest, shoulders over wrists. Inhale, stretch it up and back. Exhale, forward. Let's go back, inhale. Exhale, right leg down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee forward. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee forward. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee forward. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, downward facing dog. And here, push off your hands one at a time to walk them back towards your feet. And hang out in a nice, super soft, delicate, easy forward fold. Soften your face, your jaw. This is the time to kind of shake the Etch-a-Sketch clean, so to speak, so that there's no residue of the past. This is, time is really just a mental construct, but our life is always now. Now is really the only thing that's true or that exists. And so let the mind soften from its past and from its future. And that's really where most of the challenge is, right? Like, challenge isn't actually in the moment. It's kind of after the fact, and you look back and you go, ow, this hurts. It doesn't feel good. It's not easy. It's uncomfortable. Okay, inhale, halfway lift out of your fold, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift out of your fold. You can be at any height in space. And exhale, fold. Last one, inhale, halfway. Hands on the hips, and then come all the way up to stand. Can roll out through the ankles. And as you do that, maybe you just kind of take a nice easy stroll all the way to the very top of the yoga mat. We'll start on our sun salutations here. So we'll link breath and movement together, and we'll stay equal and soft. So it doesn't matter, this pose where we're just standing at the top of the mat feels really different than plank pose. It's a different challenge level. But the idea is that we approach both of them the same way, the same quality of our attention we bring to both postures. So the next time you breathe in, reach all the way out and up to the sky. Even look up if you want. And exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step the feet back, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. And exhale, roll through to high plank. Pause. Knees down to the floor. We'll take 3 chaturanga push-ups. Lean the heart forward of the fingernails. Inhale. Exhale, elbows bend back. Inhale, push up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down, and relax. Relax your head. Relax your arms, your pelvis, your legs. Plug the legs into the hip sockets and take them straight up from the hip girdle. Neutral rotation here, so they're not rolling open. Take the hands wherever is comfortable. You can tent them outside of the mat. You can have them close in. You can even have them hovering. Next, inhale breath, little baby cobra. Lifting the upper back. Notice if your pelvis starts to roll down to the floor and your tailbone rolls up to the sky. And do the opposite. You want to lift the legs and lift the arms. So now you're in Shalabhasana locust pose, strengthening through the backside of the body. Get a little bit longer out of the pelvis, higher up to the sky. And then keep that, lower your legs, lower your hands underneath your elbows, and keep your chest forward as you curl open, cobra or upward facing dog. And downward facing dog, exhale. So now we'll go breath and movement together. Your next round of breath, inhale, you can prepare to come forward, whether you're hopping, walking, whatever. And then exhale, execute. Next, inhale breath, come out of the pose halfway. And exhale, fold. Ground your feet, inhale all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands at heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale, hands down. Step the feet back one at a time, downward facing dog. Next, inhale, breath, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, come through high plank. Pause here, chill out. This time, regular chaturanga or knees down chaturanga like we did last time. Come all the way down. Take your forearms down, elbows underneath the shoulders, forearms parallel. Inhale, stretch the heart forward for your little Sphinx pose. And exhale, curl your body in like angry cat. Your pelvis rolls off the ground. Inhale, lower down, stretch forward. And exhale, curl in. Inhale, stretch forward. And exhale, curl in. Inhale, stretch forward. And exhale, curl in. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, hover, forearm plank. Knees down to the floor, one at a time. Inhale, reach all the way up to the sky so you're on high knees. And then exhale, just kind of stretch it out here. You can side stretch. You can kind of twist it out. You can sit back onto your heels. But just something kind of the body probably already knows. Even if your mind doesn't. In downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch the right leg up to the sky. And exhale, we're gonna bring the knee forward and ground the foot between the hands. So now we're in more of a high lunge. Stay grounded with your hands here for support while you gather the energy of the legs and you let your attention spread through your whole body evenly. And that'll ensure that you're working your whole body evenly. Now ground down through everything you got and roll the upper body upright. So now we're in a high lunge position. You can feel your legs and your pelvis here to get everything nice and easy going. A lot of times my pelvis is kind of wonky in these asymmetrical hip poses. So the more we can bring it to neutral, the more we're ensuring that the stabilizing muscles are strengthening the right way. Arms up if you want. So this is the breath in. And on the breath out, we're gonna airplane the arms and table the trunk. And inhale, ground the feet, ripple the belly back and come up with the arms. Exhale, airplane. Inhale up. Exhale, airplane. Inhale up. And this time as we airplane, we're actually gonna take the hands down. Soften the back knee, down to the ground. And we can roll around here. So I'm gonna actually go back a little bit towards like a half splits where the back of the right leg is opening a little bit more. And see how we're just calm here. It's easy. And when it stops being easy or it starts going into those old habits and patterns of, you know, needing to grind through something or muscle through something, it's an opportunity for us to notice what those are. So our conditioning is such that we're oftentimes not even aware. Okay, so come forward into your nice, sweet little low lunge here with your back knee down. We'll move this into a twist. So it's yogi's choice here. If you want your left hand down and take your right arm up, you can do that. I'll actually go for the prayer twist. So if you take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee, ground your hands, spin and twist the heart open. Work the legs evenly into the pelvis, work the spine evenly from tailbone to skull. And then if you want, back toes tuck under, knee lifts off the ground, support the pose. Let's release out of that. Let's release out of that. Take the hands down and step the right foot all the way to the back of the yoga mat. Whoo, downward facing dog. Ground the right heel down. Inhale, stretch the left leg up. On the exhale, bring the knee forward and the foot grounds between the hands. Keep the hands down on the ground for support at first so we can feel the legs. Sometimes to bring the foot forward, the pelvis kind of gets a little wonky. Certainly happens for me. When you feel about even here, ground down, upright the torso. Spend some time here to breathe, get your bearings. You can take the arms up. In breath. Out breath, airplane. In breath up. Out breath, airplane. Inhale up. Out breath, airplane. Inhale up. Exhale, airplane, hands down. Soften the back knee down. You can take it back towards your half splits. You could roll around a little bit here. When you're ready to come forward to that low lunge version, now it's our time to take a twist. You can take your right hand down, you can open the left arm to the sky, or you can go ahead and come a little bit higher with the torso to hook the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Stack the hands. And you can always tuck the back toes and lift the back knee off to support the pose with a little bit more strength. And release. Ground down through your hands and step the left foot all the way to the back of the mat for downward facing dog. Good job. Let's go ahead and come on down to the knees. Let's keep the toes tucked under. Let's sit back onto the heels. So we're going to open up the soles of the feet a little bit more. We're going to let that get a little bit sensational for us. So that's part of the challenge, is letting that sensation happen. But being aware that there's the space in which the sensations appear. And that space is actually more true than the sensations, because the space has never changed. The space is actually what has been continuous with us throughout our entire lives. As our cells in our body change, as our minds change, everything changes, but there's something that's been with us, unwavering, unconditioned. It's that space, the space inside which our experience appears. So let's come on down to our back. Feel nice and supported. We can step our feet in close to our pelvis, knees pointing straight ahead. We can take a bridge pose here. Ground down through your feet so you can hover your hips just a little bit. And as that happens, lift from the hamstring and buttock attachment. Lift from there. Lift from there. Keep your frontal hip bones drawing down towards the floor as you start to lift the pelvis and thigh bones. Roll the shoulders underneath. And here we are in bridge. Keep lifting from the hamstring buttock attachment. Keep driving the knees forward. Good, relax. Windshield wiper the knees a little bit. You can roll your neck, your head side to side. And we'll take our final resting pose today. Maybe it depends really. You can take your feet to the outside of the mat and let your knees fall in on each other so you're tenting them. Or you can take the soles of your feet together and let the knees butterfly open for Supta Baddha Konasana. And if you feel anything in your low back, what might help is picking your pelvis up, scooching it down, and also taking the tailbone towards the backs of the heels. Quietly let the eyes close. Let your face spread out. Let your jaw soften and your tongue soften into the back of the throat. Continually relax your body into the floor. Almost as if the space around your body is now also part of it. And so that, if we're able to get to a place where we perceive that what I am is not separate from what you are, but what I am really doesn't have a boundary. What is the boundary of this I am? And so if there is no boundary to it, maybe perhaps this I am is everything and everywhere and all things. And if that's the case, then there really is no challenge. When they're ready, you can gather your legs together. You can draw them into the belly. Roll around a little bit here without losing that sense of openness, that sense of total completion, effortlessness. And then you can gently roll over to one side, whatever side you like. And easy does it. Come on up to a seat. Thank you so much for joining in today's practice. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. And if you like what we did here today, I invite you to sign up for our free weekly letter because we have new classes based on happiness and this type of philosophy out every week. We're also on social media. Thanks. Have a great day, you guys.